Hello again, Taylor County. I'm Alex Renneman with Unleashed Tiger, and this is Sam Gerkin for County Commission. This is part 2. Thanks for coming back and joining us.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, let's start everything off with a tough question. So, again, we polled folks at home. There were several points that were really, really clear, and one of these, again, well, let's just put it out there. It's clear that people in this county feel that there is a lack of transparency and communication and collaboration with the county and the city and other entities around, but really there seems to be less confidence in the county than there is in some other of our organizations and local governments. And so I ask you, coming in as a potential commissioner, how would you address either the underlying structures and systems that create that, or the perceptions? Maybe it's not true, and maybe there's just a perception there. How will you be a part of the solution, which I think we all would agree that there is either the perceptions changed or the realities changed, that our county is transparent and is engaged with the community and with the city and those around? And how would you be a solution to that versus part of the problem?
I mean, a good solution to that transparency is, people want to know what's going on. People want to know where their money's being spent. And there's no reason why that shouldn't be communicated or shouldn't be posted somewhere. So I think to solve transparency is there should be no secrets. I mean, there should be no gray areas where people, if people have a question, hey, where did this come from to get this, then there should be an answer readily available, especially with social media and communication that is out there now. It's a lot easier to communicate with people than it was even 15, 20 years ago. So I think there shouldn't be any issue when it comes to how things get communicated across to the public, where if they have concerns, if they have questions, then there should be no question if they can get their answer or get their problem solved or get their question answered. And like I said, when it comes to how that's going to happen, I know there's things in order right now where a website's being developed to look and see where every single dollar of taxes are being spent within the county. I think that's a step forward.
And you mentioned that's that statewide initiative from the auditor coming in. Yeah, I can't wait till that's up. That should be good.
I mean, I think right there is going to solve a bunch of question marks first and foremost. So, like I said, things are in process to get there. It's just going to take time for it to happen and to regain confidence in the people on that subject.
Yeah. So, as we talked about earlier, we did poll the community for questions, but we also asked the candidates themselves. And we asked you to ask a question for both you and your opponent. We weren't able to get your opponent's question, so we only have your question to ask you.
Okay.
If he wants to come on, we'll ask him your question as well. But here's your question. Do you believe that it should be necessary for elected officials to pass a drug test before entering office and or while seated?
I think it's 100% necessary. To hold a job in most places, you've got to be able to pass a drug test. And especially in an elected office where you're making big decisions with people's tax dollars, you've got to be 100% of sound mind to do it. And like I said before, you're leading by example too. You're setting the bar. Set the bar high. Show the people that, hey, this is not a problem. Let's do this. And regain that confidence. It's another thing of regaining people's confidence and people's trust, and I think it's 100% necessary.
Gotcha. Again, kind of going back to some of the questions from the constituents in Taylor County. There's a lot of opportunities going on here, and there are always, even in the leanest of times, there are always opportunity for us as a county. And there's certainly some right now. We've got the coal mine that is flourishing, and coal prices are up. We've got natural gas that's coming and is here and is coming in a major way, and even things like Fallout 76. I don't know if you're familiar with this or not, but there is a game series. There's lots of people at home that are very familiar with it. I've never played one, but I've got this pre-ordered. It's called Fallout 76, and it's all going on in West Virginia. It's like a zombie movie or something. I don't know. And I'm sure Brendan, we should probably bring him on and he can talk more about it. But the concept is, there's the Grafton monsters in it. Now, growing up, none of us knew about the Grafton monsters, but we should cash in on this thing. I mean, there are going to be people who will come from all over, literally all over, around the globe, to come visit and tour. Vegas had this advantage and those things because there was one there, I guess, that will come over and tour West Virginia, meaning they're going to come to Grafton. Maybe the Mother's Day Shrine has a piece in it, maybe the dam and the lake, who knows what else has in it. But, you see these opportunities out there. It's easy for us to see them in the moment, let them pass and not take advantage of them, and then cry about them being gone, right? And I think we've done that to a certain extent in this community over the years. So here's these opportunities. What are your plans to take advantage? Maybe these specific opportunities, but even ones outside. What opportunities do you see, and what do you plan to take advantage of, and how?
We have a ton of opportunity here in our county. I mean, we have natural resource-wise, we are abundant in natural resources. We have one of the most beautiful lakes in the tri-state area. I mean, people come from all around just to come here to go to our lake 5 months out of the year. We have the coal mine. We have the oil and gas guys that are coming through. One thing we don't have a whole lot of is opportunity for them to stay and spend their money here. So we need to find a way to keep them here. When they come, they're not just passing through, breeze through us, and go, oh, that was a cool place for the 15 minutes I was there. Let's give them a reason to stay. I think a lot of good things are happening in the motion. You got the Manus Theater getting revamped, and that's coming back to life. That's a good thing. The state park, the Army Corps of Engineers, they're looking for new ideas of things to do up and around the lake. There's a lot of stuff that we can do up there to keep people engaged, not just going to the lake and boating, but maybe a zip line park or something along those lines, and also a place for them to stay. If we could try, I know they say it can't be done to get a major chain hotel to want to invest in our county. I'll believe it when they tell me no 72 times. I think you just have to ask. You have to present the positives and sell what we have going on. Sell the reasons that people are coming here. And people are coming here. We just have to keep them here for the duration, of their visit, and want to come back again and tell their friends, hey, this place is awesome. You need to go there. And word of mouth is gonna explode.
Yeah. We as a community, we talk about this at Unleashed Tiger all the time. People and outside entities, corporations, those things, they don't invest in ideas typically. They invest in plans and projects. And so it's one thing to ask some folks, and I don't know what's been done there, but I would love to see some more plans and projects put together that we could find funding, because it's out there. Yeah. The money's out there, the interest is out there. You just gotta capture it, right?
Gotta go get it.
So you mentioned earlier about social media and those things. How can folks, and we didn't cover a ton of issues on this one. We talked on the primary one, and we'll make that available for folks as well on our Facebook page. But how can people find out or talk to you and find out how you feel about certain issues, or engage you throughout this race to understand whether they want to put their vote with you or not?
I mean, obviously, anybody can contact me via Facebook, phone, stop at the dealership, which I'm there more than I'm anywhere else, obviously. But like I said, people that know me know how to find me. People that don't know who I am, I probably know somebody that does. Like I said, I've been here forever. I know the people of the community know me, so I don't feel like it would be anything intimidating to approach me about anything. I think people that do know me know I would be willing to try to help and do everything I can to help them out on an issue that they might have. So
great. The 1 degree separation of a small town, right?
Right.
We've covered some things. What haven't we covered that you'd like to make sure is out there, whether it's an issue-based thing or anything like that? Is there anything you want to cover before we close out?
I mean, the only thing I would like to cover would just be, attitude. We'll keep a positive attitude the whole way through this thing, especially if I get elected. We're not gonna dwell on things that we don't have first. let's take advantage of the things we do have and what we do have going and build off of that. And it's going to be one of those things where I think if you keep what you have, support what's going on, more things will happen after that automatically. It's almost like knocking over that first big domino, then the rest of them will fall as they go, to where you don't really dwell on things that you don't have. You be thankful for the things that you do have and support the things that you do have. And that's what I want to do, is try to keep a positive attitude among the whole thing, and work our way through this thing.
It's a great segue to my last question.
Cool.
And it's what's your West Virginia superpower? And what I mean by that is, growing up here, or if you've lived here a while, you recognize that we're constantly told that we can't be good enough. We shouldn't succeed. The rating just came out. We're the most unhealthy. We're the fattest. Whatever it is, we're the dumbest. We're the angriest. Whatever it is, right? There's always something that says you're a hillbilly from West Virginia and you shouldn't succeed. So I've found in my experiences that because I'm a hillbilly from West Virginia, I'm succeeding. The things that were taught to me by some of the folks that I grew up around and mentored me, and the character they instilled in me, are what allows me to go out in the global market and be successful. And so I ask everybody that comes on this program, what is your West Virginia superpower?
Obviously, I mean, like you said, you're branded a West Virginian to the outsiders. But one thing they don't understand is that's just fuel for the fire, man. When it comes to, you can't keep a West Virginian down. I mean, we're hardworking. We go out there. If we want to get something done, we'll go out and get it done ourselves. We're not going to rely on anybody. We're not going to ask anybody for anything. We're going to go out. We're going to produce ourselves. We're going to bust our butts to get what we want and get where we want to be. And hard work is not easy to find. I mean, it's not giving out. I mean, you've got to have that hunger. You've got to have that go-getter attitude. And I think growing up in West Virginia and just proving people wrong is a blast. Is great. You can't do this because you're from West Virginia. Well, let's just prove them wrong.
Yeah, I won't lie. I like to occasionally just go,
absolutely.
Got it.
Yeah.
Sam Gerkin, County Commission. Good luck. Thanks for coming on the program.
Thanks for having me.